Hi guys, my name is Mariana. Welcome back to my channel. I know that some of you have been wondering who do these hands belong to. Is there a real person behind these hands? So yes, there is, and it's me. I decided to record this introduction face front so that you have a voice and a set of hands to pair with a face. I know why so many of you have been wondering how I look like, because I honestly do the same every time I discover a new blogger, cross-stitch blogger. I want to know kind of who's the person behind the camera, because sometimes we have our own assumptions which may not coincide with reality, and then we become a bit disappointed. So I hope you're not disappointed. One of the main reasons why I haven't done this from my Flosstube video 1 is because I'm a bit camera shy. I don't like being taken pictures of. So this is the primary reason why I'm recording the set with my hands and my cross stitch. The second main reason is that I want you, my viewers, to focus on the cross stitch that I'm showing, not on my face, not on the surroundings, but more on the cross stitch. I think it is quite difficult to see the quality of the floss, the quality of the stitches themselves when you're holding it away from the camera. That's why I'm turning the camera to the table and showing you some things. If you've been watching some of my videos, you've noticed that I like to show you some tiny details about separate cross stitch patterns or kits that stand out to me in the pattern or in the process. So this is about it. Also, since we're talking face to face, I would like to address the notion of decades, why I call my progress videos decades. Yes, I know that a decade is a 10-year period in American English, but I'm not a native speaker, that's for once, and in my language, in most Slavic languages, you can say the first decade of the month or the second decade of the month without making it sound illegible or making a mistake, some grammatic mistake or something like that. That also, I do not film my videos on a weekly basis, primarily because I want to show you some progress, and I have a full-time job, so I don't have that much time to stitch during the week. And if I was filming every week, I wouldn't have anything to show you. That's why I take 10 days per period, so that I have some noticeable progress for you to enjoy and to follow up. So this is the notion. That's the different notion that I wanted to speak about. So far, I figured that it might be not as scary to speak in front of a camera, so I think that from now on I will be making like short introduction videos from time to time when I have something to say, when I want to discuss or to address something, so that you're not looking on an empty table or something like that. I'll be coming to you more often. And now it's time to turn the camera and to see which starts I've made in this third decade of January and how much progress I've managed to do. This month of start was supposed to be dedicated to the brands and designers that I haven't tried before. So I tried to choose such patterns. Not all I haven't tried before, but those that I don't have well represented in my whip collection. This is Asian Lady in Blue from Lanarte, but in my case it is from Amy Shop. I don't know if these kits are discontinued by Lanarte, or maybe you can find them. I haven't tried looking for the originals because they for obvious reasons inaccessible to me, so that's why I chose this one. That's one reason. The second reason, that I know that Lanarte is famous for its like very light and watercolorish style. I mean, even if you look at this lady in blue, it looks, maybe she's like vibrant, but then when you look at the background, it's just so washed out. And I know that a lot of parts, maybe not of this particular kit, but of some kits, some other kits are stitched in one strand, which isn't my favorite type of stitching. So I decided to start from a kind of a replica or reproduction. It has many colors, like 35. I haven't studied the pattern quite in detail yet, so I don't know if there are any blends. The brand also provided this type of metallic blue. Initially, I thought that I'm going to substitute it, but now I look at it and I kind of like it. So we'll see how it behaves, and maybe I'm gonna find something different in my stash. Maybe so then I'm gonna substitute it. And there are also a few beads, but as far as I can see, they are not quite even. So I might be changing them to something else that I have in my collection, to something more even, but we'll see how it goes. Actually, I gave this kit a try one time. It was probably in 2023. I had a pre-gridded canvas from some other Chinese kit, and I decided to start it, but as I usually like, I started from the bottom of the picture. I mean, it was somewhere here, and it stitches in white and in one strand, and white on white canvas. And I also had it after my eyesight correction. It was impossible to continue, so I just postponed it, and I decided to give it a try sometime later. So then when I decided to start it in January of this year, I figured that I probably may want to add some color to the canvas. I don't know if you can see it quite well, but I dyed this 14 count Ada with barely there grayish blue tint. I gave it barely there blue tint. I don't know if it's gonna be in general visible or obvious on the picture, but I think that it's gonna help me manage those white color stitches in one strand better. So that's why I did that. Hold up. I'm going to try to give you a better idea. I mean, it is how it looks in real life. It isn't much obvious. It just barely there. I didn't want to stitch it on even wheel. For first, I have already run out on my white even weave stash, so I had to use what I have. This canvas actually comes from my Magical Moment kit, because it was kitted with a 14 count Ada, and I changed it to even weave, and the size of the canvas was perfect for this Asian lady in blue. That's why I decided to use it. So yeah. By the way, I want to add that there is a companion to this Asian lady in blue. There is Asian lady in pink. I don't have it yet, but I would like to have it. We'll see how this pattern goes, but if I enjoy the stitching process, the outcome, I plan to order the the companion. Who knows, maybe I'm gonna even order it in from the brand directly. I don't know, we'll see. But anyhow, we'll see some progress, I hope, in 10 days. That's gonna be for me, and for you it's gonna be a second. I don't have that much of an experience with Lanarte kits, but as I said, I'll try this one. I've given this pattern a try once before and it didn't go pretty much anywhere. Well, this time is different. I've started from the middle of the pattern of the canvas, and this is where the girl's face is. So primarily somewhere here from her neck. It isn't the most interesting area, as you can see, because there is a lot of skin colored floss color stitches. There are a few blends, if I remember correctly. They are quite similar in shading, but they do the work. I just wanted to add a bit of vibrance to this part, so I stitched her lips, but I haven't I haven't done the back stitch because I need there are some stitches missing here and there where the back stitch is framing, and I didn't want to go with the back stitch and then try to sew the stitches underneath it. So this is the works of one evening. I am surprised, that's to say the least. I've been working for like a couple hours, maybe, I don't know, maybe 4, maybe even less than 4, and I've done almost 950 stitches, and it's almost 3% from the whole pattern. But I must show you how, if you've never tried stitching Lanarte patterns, I must show you how simple it is. Just look at these large connected sections of a single color. It is amazing. Yeah, I know. On the one hand, I'm gonna show you her hair also stitches perfectly fast. Like, look at these large sections of the single color. I know that sometimes such large sections of color may be boring because you get tired just stitching and stitching, but the reason is that I like this process because my previous patterns were a bit more complicated in the, so to speak, confetti regard. I'm going to show them, and you'll realize what processes I'm talking about. So this one, I was so relaxed. Honestly, I didn't even want to go to sleep because I wanted to finish her chin and go all the way up. So yeah, I think my second introduction to Lanarte patterns was successful. In the beginning, I thought that I'm going to pre-grid the canvas and start from the bottom right. But then I remembered my previous experience. The bottom right of the pattern, if I remember it correctly, hold up, let me check. Yes, it starts with half stitch and full stitch in one strand. I remembered how difficult it was. I mean, this part is where these sections of one color get too much, and not to mention that you have to count very carefully because you have to be aware where the half stitch ends and the full cross starts. So I didn't want to go through that again because I thought it might like divert me from this pattern. So I started from the middle and I'm satisfied. In this case, I'm not sure how this pattern will progress throughout the year. I don't have like fully set plans for this pattern yet, but so far I think that the start has been made, has been official, and sooner or later we will see progress and a finished result. What do you think that we have here? I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to guess, but I'm actually pretty sure that most of you have guessed that it's gonna be either a Mirabilia design or Bella Filipina design. It's gonna be a Bella Filipina design. It is one of, I think it is their 10-year anniversary pattern, or if I'm not mistaken, I might be mixing some things, so if I got something wrong, I hope you'll excuse me. And it is the Legend of FREYA. All in all, I'm captivated by all the fantasy theme, like mermaids and all the princesses and other pretty girls. But for some reason I don't have many of them in my collection, neither in my ongoing processes nor in my FFOs. Yeah, so I decided it's high time I changed something. So I pre-kitted this Legend of FREYA. I beg your pardon for my flimsy, I mean, this one is okay. This one is a bit flimsy organizers, but as I mentioned, I have ran out of everything I had because of the amount of starts. As you can see, it is completely handmade process, because I dyed this fabric on my own. I'm going to unfold it so that you can see the full pattern. It is a bit different than the original suggestion. I don't know the number or the name of the canvas that the brand suggests, but I like it. It is like grayish black or something. I have nothing against stitching on darker canvas, but for some reason I wanted to give it a bit of color. I wanted it a bit lighter and a bit more vibrant. I don't know if it's gonna work out well. We'll see how it works. Also, I don't have an original pack for the embellishment pack. I mean the metallics, the beads. These are all the things, the metallic colors and the beads that I have in my stash at the moment. Some of them I have ordered some additional decorative elements, like those beads that glow in the dark. I don't really get the point why you should add them. I mean, it has its appeal, so we'll see how it's gonna turn out. But I ordered them from AliExpress and I'm still waiting for those beads to arrive. Also some additional metallic floss, because I didn't have all the colors. And there are two types of larger embellishment, like some flowery things and some kind of large rectangular beads. I don't know how they are called in real life. Sometime before I showed you that I ordered these unique colored beads from Temu. I know that originally the design doesn't include those like mixed colors, but I like to experiment. I think that in either case, no one's gonna know that the beads are out of place except for you and me, except for those who stitch Mirabilia and Bella Filipina patterns. So I don't know, I like to add some innovative, unique approaches. There's this special cranic, which is like a mixture of blue and gold. So I'm just gonna be using one strand of gold and one strand of blue to replicate it. I have been dwelling on this matter some time ago. Maybe some of you will disagree with me, but I think that art should be accessible, and the prices that the Bella Filipina patterns come at are in no way accessible to me at the moment. So I want to unfold the canvas. Oh, still the camera that cannot take in the whole piece. So this is how it's gonna look. I've done it on my own. These are supposedly not washable cloth dyes. This is I don't know, I know it is a Zweigart even wheel, but I don't know which one. It might be Linda, because it wasn't, I didn't have the tag for it, but it has branded canvas. I bought it a long time ago in Ukraine for some other project probably, I don't remember which for. And I decided to exploit it for Bella Filipina. What do you think? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. How do you think the start turns out on this kind of a background? Maybe you don't agree with my choice, because my husband said that some kind of a swampy green canvas would suit this pattern better, which I disagree with. So yeah, is there something else I wanted to say about it? If I forgot to say something, I'm going to tell you what I meant to say in the progress video. Other than that, we'll see some. I hope there's going to be some pretty nice start in a second. The Legend of FREYA from Bella Filipina. This is yet again another start with mixed feelings. I like the canvas. I like the outcome, the design that is going to be. But hold up, which way was it? Yes. So yes, I've started from the middle because there's no other way you can start a pattern like this, and I've been working on her thigh area. From my previous experiences with Bella Filipina and with Mirabilias, I didn't experience that much of a confetti. I don't know, maybe this is, yeah, on the one hand I understand, because this confetti is supposed to replicate the scales on the mermaid's tail, how they glow, but stitching that isn't the easiest. It requires a lot of attention and a special mood, I would say, because you have to be very calm and in kind of a meditative state, so that you start and proceed without failing with this pattern. Overall, I'm satisfied with the way this pattern combines with the canvas that I dyed. I've been working with some metallic floss. You can see here, there's golden, purple, bronze, and this blue and golden, but in my case it is a simple blend of two different colors. because I don't have the special crannies that are required by the pattern. I wanted to add some more stitches on this pattern, that's why I went to her belly. And this is where the things get easier, because you have more logical parts of crosses, so you don't have to secure the thread that often. Even though it looks like, even though it has a fair share of confetti, if you don't have a very long floss, which I don't, you can actually start and finish it. But you have to count very carefully, because this is even wheel, and it is very easy to make a mistake. And if you make a mistake, especially with metallic floss, it's gonna be a disaster. There's also a lot of black, so the camera doesn't actually catch it well, but there's a lot of black and blends of black and kind of charcoal color, so it's like a very numerous section of stitches of the same color. I'm going to show you. This is probably, yes, this is number black, this is color black. So you can actually do the outline and then just add more and more stitches so that you don't have that many of mistakes. Another reason why I didn't progress it very well is because I don't have this iridescent granic kind of white, and in my case it's going to be white and greenish. It's coming, it's going to be delivered sometime soon, maybe next week, in the beginning of February. So that's why this pattern has a fair share of bold spots, as you can see, but that's some of those bold spots should be filled with beading, and I don't want to start beading. In this case, I don't want to start beading before I finish the stitching. One of the reasons why is because I'm using hoops, and I'm afraid that when I add beading and then I'm going to be transporting my hoops all over the pattern, the beading will get damaged, and I wouldn't want that. So I think that beading will be in the last step on this pattern. As for some numbers, I've been working on this pattern for 3 days, and I've managed to progress it by only 3%. And by a little over 900 stitches. So you can see the difference between the Asian lady from Lanarte, where I added over 900 stitches in one sitting, and here I've been working 3 days. But I don't mind. As I said, you have to have this special state of mind. You don't have to rush anywhere. I think that I have a ready-made list of the projects I want to work on during the year, but I think that I will be adding some rearrangements, because I would like to see this mermaid done by the end of the year, or at least, I don't know, progressed by 50%. Maybe after I make a few finishes, I will add it to my rotation. I'm still not quite sure, not sure about this. We'll see how it goes, but I definitely want to dedicate some time to this process. Let me know in the comments below, how do you think the pattern combines with the canvas? Was it the right call to choose this kind of a grayish purple canvas instead of the advised by the design, by the brand? I don't know, what is it, charcoal gray? I think it looks well on grayish canvas, but I just thought the pop of color will go well with the seahorse that she's sitting on. So yeah, let me know what you think. Another start that I have been postponing for a couple of years now, I think this is how long this kit has been in my collection so far, is Viburnum painting from Magic Moment. Magic Moment is a Ukrainian brand. As you can see, this picture, this pattern has a lot to do with the tradition of Ukraine. It's like the traditional hut and traditional poppies and viburnum berries, which are very common for our region and usually are used as symbols of Ukraine throughout the world. They are known as symbols of Ukraine. I think that the preview doesn't actually reflect the whole beauty of this pattern, because apart from actual regular floss, cross-stitching floss, there is also a fair share of beading and some unusual stitches. Let me show you the threads. This is how this vibrant palette looks like. This kit uses Madeira floss, which is actually quite high quality floss. And originally it came with 14 count Ada from Zweigart, but since this kit has a lot of unusual stitches and pretty much uncounted backstitch, I decided to switch it to my favorite 27th count even view. It's unknown name, even view. So yeah, I think it's a perfect palette for winter, especially a pretty much grayish winter that we have here in Italy. What did I mean by unusual stitches? As you can see here, I've never done this stitch. It is called Rococo. I don't know, maybe some of you are familiar with it. I'm not. I mean, I've seen some people stitching this particular pattern, but I'm looking at the preview trying to make out where these Rococo stitches go, but I cannot actually point out from the first look. I don't know, I'll have to look closely into the pattern. I have a digital pattern, but if you would decide to stitch by the paper chart, it is quite large. I mean, I think that these are going to be those Rococo stitches. For some reason I cannot locate them on the preview. Or maybe I'm looking at it. Yes, probably no. Oh. I thought that I was looking at the preview upside down, but no. So yeah, these are the, hold up, I'm gonna try to show it closer. The Rococo stitches, the ones in the green. So actually, if you prefer to stitch by paper chart, you can easily do that. As I said, aside from the floss, there is a lot of beads. I cannot actually make out where on the preview all of those beads are going to go, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 types, 9 colors, and 2 different sizes, I suppose. These are like large golden ones, and these are red. They look like pomegranate seeds. Quite nice. I think it is going to be interesting to stitch. There's like 3 types of green and 3 types of reddish pinkish beads. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fun to stitch. Since I have a digital pattern, I have already looked it up, and I know that the pattern has around 17,000 stitches, including all the types of stitches like beading and half stitch. I believe there is some half stitch. Yeah, some of it is done in one strand, and as you know, it's not my favorite type of stitches, but I think it's not that much of it, so I'll manage it. This kit has a companion. I believe I told you this before when I was filming my collection. It has this is like a Viburnum painting, and there's also probably frosting painting or frosty. I don't know how it's called in real life because I don't have it here with me, but it is all done in blue palette, blue colors. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I hope that I'm going to bring it sometime soon from Ukraine to Italy, and after I finish this one, I'll start the companion. So yeah, this is how the canvas look in the beginning of the decade, and in 10 days we'll see how it's gonna transform. As usual, I'm not as usual, but in this case with even weave, I'm going to start from the middle of the picture. I think it's maybe the sunflowers and this cute little hut, but who knows? I don't know which way I'm going to go. Maybe I'm gonna go to the bottom. We'll see. Well, you'll see. I'll see in 10 days, and you'll see in a second. The Viburnum painting from Magic Moments, a Ukrainian brand, has got a little over 1,000 stitches in this decade. I've been working on it for 2 days, even though the process isn't difficult. Once again, I've started from the middle, and here it belongs on the roof of the hut. I must say that the process is the pattern is very simple. The only thing, stitches in one strand, but I do understand why they are here, because they add this kind of a depth or dimension, either or. I don't think that I've chosen a canvas a bit too large, because I think it's 27th equivalent of even weave, and the pattern came with a 14 count Ada. I believe that it looks, even if it has a bit of a watercolory effect, I'm going to be completely satisfied with it. But I think that this watercolor effect will go away as I continue progressing on this pattern, because if you look at the preview, there is a lot more going on. The main reason I haven't done more in these areas, it's because it doesn't, you cannot actually tell it that well. Well, if I move it very close up, there's a lot of beading here. I think that I have already finished. Let me check. Yes, this area and this area is completely done in terms of stitches. All the remaining blanks will be filled out with backstitch and beading. And once again, as in the case with Bella Filipina, I don't want to add beading. I don't want to add beads before I finish stitching back stitch, full stitch, half stitch, because as I said, once again, I don't have frames. I think I have one set of hoops and maybe one frame, but I don't have a special holder for those frames. And I don't really I like to stitch like on my bed, and hoops are more transportable than a large frame. So for me, it is easier to do this way. So this process got almost 6.5%, which I am very satisfied with. All in all, it's a little over 16,000 stitches, including the beading and the back stitch, and I have only 11,000 stitches left, and the rest is gonna be beading. So I have high hopes, even though once again I haven't added this pattern to my rotation 2026 rotation yet. But I just thought about it, and I think I'm going to rearrange my chosen list once again, because I want to work on this. I've been postponing it for such a long period of time. At first I wanted to get it for a very long time, but then I couldn't find it because it was, I don't know whether it was discontinued or maybe there was some problem with the production, so I couldn't get it. And then when I got it, I just looked into the kit with all the amazing beads and stuff, and then I wanted to start it so badly that it spent a little over 2 or 3 years in my collection. And this time I think if I want to work on it, I should add it to my monthly rotation. Once again, we'll be waiting for your comments. What do you think? Should I be working on it during the year, or maybe I should switch it in favor of something else? Maybe you have your favorite patterns that you would like to see me finish in the course of the upcoming decades. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. A girl with a husky. This is the pattern from Ukrainian designer MyBraveStitch. I know that she is, the designer is famous for her circles with ladies, like doing various kinds of crafting, and I don't know, I don't have the examples, I don't know the precise names of those, but I've seen her works and I like them, but I would like to try them sometime in the future. But when I saw this one, it was out of nowhere. I don't actually remember how it came up. Oh yeah, I remember. I was looking for some interesting husky cross stitch, and then this one came up. As some of you know, I have a husky. He's gonna turn 10 this July, and I love him so much. And I wanted, for as many years as I have him, I wanted to dedicate some cross stitch to my favorite Flocky. His name is Flocky. I don't know any Viking series fans here. So yeah. So I decided this is the highest time to start something. So I clearly associate the girl with me and this dog with my dog, because our husky he's like grayish black. He's not either gray nor black. He's like a mixture. When we got him, he was like a tiny wolf. Maybe I'm gonna show him in some of my videos. But I'm going to do some alterations with this pattern. For instance, I'm going to change her hair. She has like a fair hair or something brownish brunette hair, and I'm going to change it to black and gray, because my hair is black and I clearly associate her with myself. So I'm gonna change that, and I'm going to change the dog's eyes. Well, just one of them, because my dog has one brown eye and one half blue, half brown. He's like, I don't know,
in our parts they are called arlequins because they have different colored eyes. So I'm going to be stitching this pattern on this type of canvas. It is also pre-dyed by myself. I didn't want to stitch it on fully white canvas, so I decided to add some tint to it, and it is like a grayish white. It might look a bit darker on camera than it actually is in real life. It is the 27th or maybe 25th count of Chinese even wheel. It's already washed and pre-dyed, so it's going to be pleasant to stitch. The stitch on. Yeah, another flimsy organization, but it's okay with me. I mean, as long as I'm comfortable stitching, so I don't think there is going to be some problems. You can spot some difference in numbers, like I jumped from 14 to 18. That's because I'm not going to be using the brown colors to stitch the girl's hair. I'm going to use primarily the colors that probably are used in the dog's fur. I haven't fully decided on how it's gonna turn out, but I think we'll see that in the process. I'm just gonna be improvising in the process. So I haven't told you, but this is also quite small project. It is around 7,000 stitches, including half stitching, back stitch. So yet another kind of a quick start and potentially quick finish. So yeah, we'll see the progress in 10 days. The girl with the husky. I'll start from stating that I have some mixed feelings about this pattern, but not like very badly mixed or anything. It's just because, well, let me show you the progress. Ta-da! I have fully finished the head of the husky. I don't know if you look correctly. Oh, look how this canvas looks great. I fully admire this dyed canvas. Here in the original pattern, the husky has both blue eyes. My husky has one brown eye and one, like 1/3 blue and no, 2/3 blue, 1/3 brown. I will add a photo of my husky. His name is Flocky, somewhere on the screen so that you can compare. I think that the husky on the canvas and my Flocky are quite similar, so I think it is a perfect stitched portrait of a husky I could have ever found. All in all, once again, I started from the middle. So this is the girl's hand, the sweater. I started from the sweater, and then I decided that I wanted to show you a fully finished element, and I went straight to the muzzle. This is yes, it is quite a simple process as well in terms of stitches. I managed to progress 13% in one sitting, so to speak. However, the most difficult part was, oh sorry, I shook you a little bit, the back stitch. Well, it isn't that much difficult because I'm using even wheel, and you can easily get into the middle of the square and like do some, hold up, I don't know if you can see, like here it's like a quarter of the square, and if you can see close up, there's this special filament, fur filament, that only is available to those who have pets. But I don't mind. Hope you don't mind too. So yeah, the most difficult part was the backstitching. Also, here to make the image more similar to my dog, I added here like a 3/4 stitch blue, and I think it is, yes, there's the full stitch brown and 3/4 stitch blue, and there's also one blue, but it is covered with the backstitch, so you don't actually see it completely, but the overall outcome is very more than satisfactory. So this is yet another another finish to be in these few upcoming months. Well, these are my dreams. I wouldn't say that they are plans, because I don't like to plan, because my plans usually fail. That's why it's a supposed finish, supposed dream finish, something like that. I think that I will be getting more of patterns from my MyBraveStitch designer. I really liked working on it, but first let me finish this one, and then we'll see how it goes. Some of you may have seen these two kits in my latest video, which was about my newest arrivals. These are the new kits that I ordered and received in January. They come from two different brands, two different sellers, but still what unites them is the size. I believe that I have been showing you a lot of large projects throughout the decades of January, and you might be a bit tired of them. Maybe you want to see some finished works. I must say, I honestly want to see some finished works in January. I want to have some, at least something small, even something small counts. That's one reason why I'm showing you these two kits together. They are related by size. This bookmark from the brand Ukrainian brand Povitrulia, showed it in my unboxing video, so I'm not gonna be dwelling much on what the kit contains. If you haven't seen the video, I invite you to watch. Maybe you'll find something interesting for yourself too. So yeah, this bookmark is on the list of my, I hope quick starts, and as well as quick finishes. I know that in my video I said that I want to do both sides. Now I'm not that sure because of the new additions to my starts. So we'll see. This one, the Starry Night and Rhone, this circle, it is also small. I don't know, maybe it is less than 1,000 stitches, or maybe a little bit more. That's something. Well, if you count the squares, is like 9 and some remaining stitches on the sides, so it's around 1,000 stitches. I believe I can manage it. I believe I can do it. One of the reasons I want to start it because I like one go. Second reason, I like the color palette. Third reason, I would really appreciate having another organizer at my disposal, because all of my starts are not so well organized, because I have already run out of organizers. And the third reason I want to start it and finish it, because I really want to try out this frame. I want to see how the finished result will look in this frame, and if it looks okay, I'm definitely going to start and finish another one that I have in my collection already. It's just a Starry Night, a small circle of Starry Night. I showed it in my new arrivals too. And also, if it looks the way it is supposed to, and if I like how it looks, I'm going to order some of other circles that the brand has in their collection, because I believe there are like 6 circles. Not all of them are small reproductions of Van Gogh's paintings. I think there's one of Monet's, is about water lilies. But I also have like a huge reproduction of Monet's work. It is produced by Riolis, and it's stitched in acrylic thread floss, but it's at home. I think I'm gonna be asking my parents to bring it the next time they're going to visit us, because I would like to start it too. Spoiler, not sure. I don't know why I jumped from this start to what I have at home in Ukraine, but nevertheless, these 2 starts, fingers crossed, I believe gonna be finishes by the end of this decade. Well, we'll see what's gonna happen in 10 days, so you'll see if I keep up my word. It's been 10 days and I'm ready to show you some progress on some of the smallest but not the easiest starts of this decade, and I would honestly say of this month. I have chosen this Starry Night on Rhone. It is a replica-ish on famous painting by Van Gogh. And I must tell you that I think that I a little, or maybe more than a little, underestimated this pattern, because it is so small and it is so seemingly easy, which it actually is. It isn't difficult. Well, as you can see now, I haven't finished it yet. This is the amount of progress I managed to do on this pattern. I don't know, maybe I'm 30% done. Luckily, I have these small hoops. I once ordered a set from either AliExpress or from Temu, and they had like larger, smaller, and smaller hoops. I think I have even smaller ones, but I used these ones. So why didn't I finish it? Mainly because I kind of ran out of time. Because even such a small pattern, it requires a fair share of effort and time. Because I've been counting like precisely, and I think there is somewhere around 2,000 stitches in this small stitch, because the printed pattern doesn't show backstitch and French knots, which are, oh, I don't have the list of floss. I'm just going to show you the pattern. I don't think that you would be able to replicate it without the actual floss numbers. So as you can see, there is for such a small pattern, there is a lot of backstitch, and I haven't even started doing it because I want to do the full coverage. In its essence, if we're talking about full stitch, the pattern is pretty logical, but as I said, it is quite large among the smaller patterns. All in all, I'm satisfied with the process, with the materials, with the sort of outcome, even though I cannot say much about this pattern at this point. I will definitely continue it, and I think that you will see a finish soon. One of the peculiarities that I've noticed about this kit is that it didn't have a needle. Remember when I was showing you my new arrivals from Painting Fairy store, and there was a set of needles, and I thought it was kind of a present, but now I think that it is the needles were added because the patterns, the kits do not contain them. I haven't checked my other kits yet. I just checked this small one, so I'm just assuming. I will tell you more when I proceed with the larger patterns. Also, I know that many of you, after seeing my new arrivals, my unboxing video, many of you have voted for the sunset by Gogh. The main reason why I haven't started it is because I don't have a digital pattern for it. It's not like I cannot stitch without one, because as you can see, I've been stitching this one without the digital pattern, but it is a small kit, and I like to count my stitches. I like to see the numerical progress, so to speak, statistical progress. And I reach out to the brand and asked for a PDF pattern, and they sent me the PDF pattern. But the reason with this pattern is that it contains a lot of similar, a lot of actually identical symbols, but in different colors. Like, as you can see here, the diagonal line is in red, in green, and in blue. And when you decide to convert it through I don't know, a cross stitch paradise or any other type or pattern maker, the program sees all the diagonal lines as the single symbol, and thus the outcome is incorrect. That's why I haven't started the pink Gogh pattern yet, but rest assured, it's going to change in my upcoming decades, because as I said, I'm going to be making new starts. Actually, a spoiler, I'm waiting for 2 kits to arrive from Ukraine, and I'm going to start them as soon as I get them. So yeah, sometime after I make a couple of finishes, I will definitely start the Gogh sunset pattern. As for this Imbolc Wheel of the Year bookmark, we have a finish. Yes, once again, another widely underestimated project, small project. I thought that I was going to finish it in the run of one evening. No. I've spent a couple days. It's not like I've been working hour by hour on it. But once again, the absence of digital pattern for me slows down the process, because you have to read the paper chart, which I'm not that used to these days, because I primarily use digital patterns. Overall, I'm satisfied with the materials, with the pattern, with the outcome. The only thing I'm quite dissatisfied with is this, the side, I don't know, the side row, the way you sew the bookmark together. I'm bad at compiling smaller kits. That's one of the reasons I don't have various pin kits and all the smaller pillows that many cross stitchers are like obsessed with. I like them, I like the way they come out, but I'm 100% sure that I wouldn't be able to assemble them. So the assembling process was the most difficult one. I could have added I don't know, maybe a paper filling, but I didn't want to. I'm just going to use it the way it is. All in all, it is quite fast-ish start and finish. The materials are fine, the canvas is fine. Another difficulty, another quite challenge was that I had to stitch the bookmark in hands, because you cannot put it into hoops or any frame because it's a small kit. But other than that, I was holding it in hands, and thanks to the fact that the canvas was and is quite soft, so I was able to deal with it quite effectively. So this is officially the first start of 2026. Honestly, I've been planning more finishes, but I think they will have to be postponed till February or something. Well, I'll dwell on it later when I'm gonna be talking about my plans. As for the color palette, I would say that the printed version seems a bit darker, and real life is a bit lighter, and it doesn't bother me, because this is usually how things turn out, because the preview cannot actually transition the colors, the real colors. So, Wheel of the Year Imbolc done. You have seen this kit also in my new arrivals video, and I didn't plan to start it until I decided to film my decade intro videos. I had a completely different sampler in mind that I wanted to stitch. I had every start planned like before the 1st of January, but then things changed because I came across new patterns. Some new kits. I bought some new kits and I couldn't resist. And if you watched my previous video, you remember me saying that there's this feeling when you want to start something badly, but then you think that you have too many ongoing projects in your hands and at your disposal, and then you just postpone it, and then you kind of forget about it. Well, at the back of your mind, you still remember that you have it in your collection, but then this initial interest, this initial spark kind of fades away, and well, you have it. Well, it's time. It's gonna come someday, maybe soon, maybe in a year, in 2 years. So this time, I decided to give in to my at the moment urges, and I decided to add it to my starts. As you may already know, I have its companion fully finished, but not like completely turned into a final project how I see it, because I believe it's gonna be a pillowcase for like a sofa cushion or something. So yeah, I'm not gonna be dwelling much about it because I've said enough. I believe I've said a lot about this project in my unboxing video. So it comes with the 14 count Ada from 14, yeah, hold up, from Chinese brand Dream Pattern. It has 23 colors. I have a digital pattern for it. It just occurred to me that I should probably wash it before I start, and I'm gonna do that too. I looked up the initial count of how large this project is. It is around 6,000 crosses, so it's not very large, and considering my previous experience, it stitches very easily, stitches fast, so I don't think there are gonna be any problems with that. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna start from the middle or if I'm going to start from the bottom right, because if I want to start from the bottom right, I'll have to like pre-grid it, and I'm kind of reluctant and lazy to do that. But if I'm going to start from the middle, I'm going to focus on this element, and it kind of appeals to me because of these pink flowers. I don't know, even though I like flowers like very much, I like stitching flowers, I like flowers in real life, I mean fresh flowers and stuff, but for some reason I think I don't have that many floral patterns in this January starts marathon, so I don't know. I should probably do this part because I need some vibrant colors in my life. Other than that, you will see my next 10-day progress in about a second or so. The progress on this flowers in the greenhouse pattern may not be as impressive in stitches as it is in percent. As I said, I was going to start from the middle of the pattern and move to the upper right corner because I wanted to work with those vibrant pinks and fuchsia colors and those beautiful orange shades. This is the result of one evening stitching. I've added a little bit over 500 stitches on this pattern, and I'm almost 9% through. And this kind of fast progressing in percents makes me happy because I know that in a relatively short time it's going to be another finish added to my finished works collection. Probably I haven't mentioned it yet, but well, once again, I'm going to dwell on it more in my February decade video, but I want to make the 2026 a year of finishes. It's not like I'm going to be doing everything for the sake of finishes, but I hope that I will be able to adjust pleasure and progress, so to speak. So yeah, once again, these samplers, both the mushroom one and this one, they are insanely simple. They are effortless, they are fun to stitch. I hope that I haven't made any mistakes, not that I noticed any so far. I've been always attracted to this kind of geometrical patterns, but I've never actually stitched them in my life, and this was the first attempt, and yes, once again I'm satisfied. I don't know if in original kit you have the variegated floss to have these, well, here you don't see much of a transition, but in this part it seems like the color is transitioning very evenly, but in the compilation that I have, it is done through the combination of different shades of orange. And it is quite amazing, and I like it. So this is another spoiler alert, maybe one of the closest finishes of 2026. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see me finish this one as soon as possible. This is going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my new starts as well as the rest of the starts of this month. As for me, by the end of this starts marathon, I got a bit tired. All the processes to compile, to start, they are a bit time and effort consuming, and honestly I don't think that I'm going to repeat this experience anytime soon. Well, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be starting new kits. I will, probably in a month or two, but such a major spree, I don't think so, because, you know, by the end of January I was already missing my older projects, and I was kind of making plans about what I'm going to start or continue in February. Actually, in the beginning of February, I'm going to dwell a bit more about my plans for 2026, because I usually don't do that, but this year I decided to try this approach to make plans and to see how well it goes. And I'm going to share everything I have on my mind with you. Other than that,
Thank you for watching. If you like any patterns or kits that you've seen in this video, you can find the links in the description below. Thank you once again for supporting, for commenting, for liking and subscribing. Please do that again. And we'll see one another in the next video. Bye.